You won't believe what happened when a single dad janitor was asked to play the piano as a joke. By the end of this story, you might have tears in your eyes. So if you're someone who believes in the power of hidden talent, in second chances, and in the beauty of the human spirit, then hit that like button and subscribe, because stories like this are meant to be shared. The first time anyone really noticed Michael, he was mopping the marble floors of the corporate lobby, just like he did every night. No one paid attention to him. His navy blue uniform, with a stitched-on facilities staff patch, made him practically invisible in the gleaming world of suits and smartphones. He never minded that. He wasn't there to be noticed. He was there to provide for his 6-year-old daughter, Lily. She was his world. And everything he did, from the graveyard shifts to the calloused hands, was for her. Every evening, after picking her up from the neighbor who watched her, he'd make mac and cheese, help her with homework, tuck her in, and then head out to clean the offices that were filled with people who barely knew his name. Still, he smiled. He had known hardship, and survival had taught him to cherish the smallest things: Lily's giggles, her bedtime stories, and the quiet nights when she clutched his shirt and whispered, "I love you, Daddy." One Friday night, while cleaning the main auditorium where the company hosted its quarterly meetings, Michael noticed something new: a glossy black Steinway grand piano. It stood under a spotlight on the stage, majestic and out of place in that corporate setting. He couldn't resist. With the hall empty and only the gentle hum of air conditioning to keep him company, he walked over, hesitated, then gently lifted the cover from the keys. His fingers hovered above them. It had been years. A different life. A different man. Back when he had dreams. Back before the accident that took his wife and his music. He took a breath and played. It wasn't just notes. It was grief, love, joy, and longing, all bleeding through the melodies. Rachmaninoff, Chopin, Debussy, names no one expected a janitor to know, let alone interpret so heartbreakingly. The notes floated through the empty space, echoing in the stillness. What Michael didn't know was that he wasn't alone. 2 junior executives, bored and hanging around after a happy hour, had wandered into the building. They spotted Michael on stage and laughed. "Hey," one of them called out. "Play us something, maestro." The other chuckled, nudging his friend. "Let's see what Mozart the Mop Boys got." They were joking. But Michael didn't take it that way. He paused, nodded politely, and began to play again. At first, they laughed, whispering to each other. But within seconds, they fell silent. The laughter faded. The room filled with a soul-stirring peace that wrapped itself around their cynicism and replaced it with awe. Unbeknownst to Michael, one of them had pulled out a phone and started recording. By Monday morning, the video had gone viral. 3.2 million views. The janitor with the soul of a concert pianist. Comments poured in. "Who is this man? That performance broke me. I haven't cried this hard in years." Michael had no idea until he arrived at work that evening and found a crowd gathered in the lobby, clapping as he entered. Confused, he tried to walk past them, but his supervisor, Mr. Jenkins, stopped him. "The CEO wants to see you," he said. Michael's heart raced. Had he broken some rule? Played the piano without permission? He was led to the top floor, where the air smelled like expensive leather and power. The CEO, Mr. Campbell, a stern-looking man in his 60s, stood by the window, holding his phone. "Michael," he said, turning around. "Was this you?" Michael glanced at the video. It was unmistakably him. I'm sorry," he stammered. "I didn't mean to cause trouble." The CEO looked at him for a long moment. Then, to Michael's surprise, the old man's voice cracked. "That was beautiful." Silence. Mr. Campbell sat down, cleared his throat, and asked, "Why are you working here? With hands that can make music like that?" Michael hesitated. "Life happened, sir. My wife passed. I had a little girl to raise. I couldn't afford music school anymore. Cleaning paid the bills." The CEO said nothing for a moment. Then he got up, walked over, and placed a hand on Michael's shoulder. "You've inspired a lot of people. including me. How would you feel about playing at our company gala next month? As our guest, not our janitor. Michael's eyes welled up. I'd be honored. Word spread quickly. By the time the gala arrived, Michael wasn't just a janitor anymore. He was the guest of honor. Lily sat in the front row, dressed in a little blue dress, eyes sparkling with pride. When Michael took the stage, there was a hush. Then, he played. This time, it wasn't just for himself. It was for every person who ever gave up a dream to care for someone they loved. For every parent who sacrificed, every artist who went unnoticed, every human soul who carried their light quietly, hoping someday someone would see. As he finished, the room erupted in applause. And in the back of the room, the CEO, who hadn't cried in public in 20 years, wiped his eyes. That night, Michael received offers from local symphonies, piano schools, even a scholarship fund in his name. But more importantly, he got something he'd never expected again. A second chance. And Lily? She got to see her daddy not just as a janitor, but as a man whose music could touch the world. If this story touched you, don't leave without clicking that like button. And if you want more real, powerful stories like this, subscribe to our channel. Because somewhere out there, another Michael is waiting to be seen.